Good morning and welcome to another walk and talk here from New York City. The time of today's video is 8:18. It is a Sunday morning and the location is Washington Square Park. That is Washington Square Arch, and in the distance I can see the Empire State Building. So we're gonna walk there this morning along 5th Avenue. Good morning and let's go. If this is the first video of mine that you are seeing, these walk and talk videos are my favorite ones to film just because I like to see what I see, I like to say what I think, and you never know what you're gonna see in New York City. All right, welcome to 5th Avenue. We're gonna be walking about 1.5 miles from Washington Square Park all the way to the Empire State Building. And New York City wakes up very, very late on Sunday because the day's already started. 8:20 and there is not many people in the streets at all. Also, there is a surprising number of cathedrals and churches in Manhattan. I had no idea there were so many. And there's such cool buildings too. Love that. I just heard some British accents. I wonder if the dog has a British accent as well. This cool building is the New School. That's literally what the sign says, the New School University Center. Is it a real school? I don't know. Don't know if it's a real school. See FedEx, they have no doors. We're on 5th Avenue and West 14th Street. Man, I love this time of the morning. I am a little bit late this morning because I like to get up at like 6. Just because there's a few people around, but at 6 a.m. there is nobody. There is nobody. The streets are so cool when they're empty. So if you go that way, you're gonna get to the West Village, and of course that way to the East Village. Everywhere you go in New York, you're gonna see construction. And I did hear that construction takes so long. Construction takes years and years and years and years. Must be so difficult to build in the middle of this madness just because you have no space. These are all apartment buildings, by the way. I have no idea who lives there. And if you didn't know what these things are for cars to pull up to the curb and then people can walk inside the building without getting wet. That's what these are for. They're rain covers. I remember in the last video I said, can someone please explain to me what the writing on the pavement means? And people told me like underneath the street there's like pipes and stuff like that. We'll try and work this out. Look at that. That looks just like a mess. That is so complicated. What is under there? We'll talk about fire hydrants in a second, but what is this one? I see so many of these pipes, they come out of the ground but they don't go anywhere. I don't know what that one is. But the fire hydrants, I mentioned in the previous video again that in England, in the UK, we don't have fire hydrants on the street like this. And someone asked me, where does the fire truck get the water from? They carry it with them. It's inside the fire truck. And a British person, Andy, cheers Andy, Andy says, of course we have fire hydrants in the UK. Of course we do, but they're not on the street. Like, you can't see them. They're underground. So the UK streets, they will have a little flap that you open, and then the the firefighters can connect their pipes, but you don't just see them on the street like that. No, we don't have that. It's a cool street. I like the West Village. It's maybe my favorite area of Manhattan. It's really, really cool. So different from the rest of the city. And do you guys know Bluey? My nephew loves Bluey, but he has his own store here. He's very popular. There he is, that's Bluey. Bluey is the blue one, if you didn't know. Got it? Can you do that? Let's all try and do that. USA, USA. See American flags everywhere. That is something that you don't see in the UK, but you should. Should be flags everywhere. West 19th Street. $75 degrees right now. 8:33. It's going to be extremely hot today. One of the hottest days of the whole summer. It is going to be 95. Yeah, 95 degrees today. It is already hot at 8 o'clock in the morning, so 95 is a hot day. Here is a Ralph's Coffee. I think that's famous, right? I think I've heard Ralph's Coffee before. 21st Street. I feel like this is a brand that's come out of nowhere. Are they called On Clouds? Every single person in New York City is wearing these shoes. They look extremely comfortable, but very expensive. Also, I see a lot of women wearing Aloe, A-L-O, Aloe. Check that view out. New York is waking up. That is the Flatiron Building. Ever since I got here, that's had construction. Don't know when it's gonna finish. Let's cross the street. Let's go, let's go. Yes, made it. Look at that truck. Who would graffiti a truck? I don't know. If you think these look like post boxes, I mean, they do look like it, but they are not. They are emergency call boxes, which they don't use anymore. But they have like buttons, like call the police or call the fire brigade. So again, there is the Flatiron Building, and this is Madison Square Park. It's kind of strange because if you want to stay on Fifth Avenue, you kind of have to go diagonally. So if you go straight, I think that's Broadway there. So we need to go this way to stay on Fifth Avenue. See more and more people now getting their overpriced coffee. If you're a New Yorker, please tell me, where do you think downtown is? Like, where is downtown New York City? I think probably this area, just because there's so many more people here than there are like where I started, of course, because here's where there's more stores and more touristy stuff. But these skinny streets is, imagine like building this. I wonder if they said, right, square, 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 because it's just a big maze. Like, it's the grid system is crazy. I don't know if London would be better if they had grids like this. I don't know. Look at the skinny streets. Let me know if you noticed that I was accidentally on Broadway. I thought I was still on Fifth Avenue. We need to go there. There's another church there. One thing that always fascinates me is hotels. So there's a Ritz there. Like, Ritz is extremely expensive, and you see like the Plaza Hotel, like things like that, very expensive hotels, but they're not in nice areas. Like, as soon as you step outside the hotel, it's just not nice. So I hope people that stay there, they do their research on where the hotel actually is, because yeah, inside the hotel is going to be very nice, but outside not so nice. Fifth Avenue. I don't know how that happened. Remember when I said this one is Broadway, this one is Fifth Avenue? I had it the wrong way, so that's how I ended up on Broadway. So welcome back to Fifth Avenue. Another Cathedral, massive. Check out this huge flag. Look how big that is. That is massive. It's bigger than my bed. Oh, say, can you see? America runs on Dunkin'. Just heard a family arguing over there. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be a long day, guys. It's gonna be a long day. But they were Irish. That is a good accent. That is a great accent. Sometimes we can't even understand Irish accents, Scottish accents, Welsh accents. Sometimes they're hard for other British people to understand. Almost there. Empire State Building is right there. We are a few blocks away. Harry Potter. Still haven't been up there. Need to go to the top. It is massive. It is huge. And before I came here, I thought that you can walk like around the bottom, but you can't. It's kind of like in the middle of the block. So there's buildings surrounding it, so you can't like walk the perimeter of the Empire State Building. You can't do it. And we made it to the Empire State Building. There it is. Thank you so much for watching 1.5 miles with me this morning in New York City. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I love doing walk and talk videos. If you enjoyed this one, please hit the like. If you want me to do more, then let me know where should I go next. Have a great day. See you next time.